This is Jeff Brown's Classroom, and today Master Uguay and I are going to be talking about special interests and the quest for more dopamine.
Now, I don't imagine anyone west of Bree would have much interest in adventures. Nasty, disturbing, uncomfortable things. Make you late for dinner.
Every brain needs dopamine in order to feel normal, to feel happy, and to feel stimulated.
Any discussion of happiness centers a lot on dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical in the brain called a neurotransmitter that's necessary for feelings of pleasure and happiness.
So the idea would be to seek out experiences that release dopamine, or you need dopamine to do.
Now, what they found with the autistic and ADHD brain is that there are some receptors that don't work as well. So the autistic and ADHD brain is oftentimes understimulated when it comes to dopamine. Now, a neurotypical brain will probably be able to get enough dopamine to function normally on a regular basis. But for an autistic or an ADHD brain, seeking for dopamine can oftentimes seem like seeking for water in a dry desert.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the path to water.
If you want to find water, you must first find dirt.
So that means that our brains are oftentimes understimulated with dopamine. And so special interest is a way for the brain to balance that out by seeking for something that will increase its dopamine. Bringing up a special interest area with an autistic or an ADHDer will oftentimes light them up in ways that you can't see otherwise.
I have come back to life!
Now, when we see things that we want or that we like or that we enjoy, then dopamine is oftentimes increased. That's why special interests are so important for the autistic or ADHD brain.
I have come back to life!
Yeah, no, I heard that. I got that. Welcome back.
Now, in a stereotypical autistic person, oftentimes those special interests might be something a little bit more obscure, maybe like trains or bugs or things like that. Or
in future episodes, we'll answer some burning questions. What's the only non-rectangular flag? What animal appears most often on flags? What animal appears second most often on flags? And more. Sweet!
Oftentimes there are people who are non-stereotypically autistic who have special interests that just kind of fit in with the culture a little bit more.
Smile, always root for the local sports team.
Now, for someone with ADHD, they might have rotating special interests. They might go from one to the next and leave things behind.
I have to order something really cool.
Because novelty is something that an ADHD brain needs.
This is boring. Delete.
Now, for somebody like me who has both autism and ADHD, I crave both novelty and sameness. And so I'll have a rotating amount that I'll go back to where I'll change things, but then go back to those things later also. Remember, it's all about finding the dopamine. Sometimes we use the phrase mining dopamine when we're talking about our special interests. Now, oftentimes neurodivergents are shamed or made to feel like they're nerds because of their special interest area.
You are a closet nerd.
Wait till I show you where the magic happens. And I mean that literally. There's another hidden room downstairs where I practice my magic tricks.
One thing that is very important is that we don't judge each other for our special interests. Trying to hide a special interest can be another aspect of masking. Masking is something we talk about in one of my other videos, which is trying to camouflage or hide your autistic traits.
Wow, the secrecy. Well, look, when I first met Molly, it was clear she was only into guys. So, that's who I pretended to be. She ended up buying it. I guess I've been pretending ever since.
Sounds exhausting.
You have no idea. Every day is a new challenge. Whether it's trying to draw blanks during Jeopardy or having to sneak in here every time I want to track some UFO activity or sew a new Renaissance fair costume.
Excellent stitch work, my liege.
Thanks, guys. The worst is when I'm around Molly's friends' husbands. I have to say inane stuff like, beer me, or, yeah, I totally hit that. What exactly am I hitting?
Most likely an attractive lady.
Okay, that's horrible.
Is it really worth it then?
Have you seen my wife?
Interests. If you really come down to it, special interests are weird all the way around. Is there anything really more weird about Dungeons and Dragons versus throwing a football around a field?
Got stuff. Steak.
Danny, you can't host a football party from inside your office. Come on, Taylor just got a safety.
Sweet. I'll be right there, babe.
Okay.
Bye, Molly.
What's a safety?
Really?
Look, remember, we're all just trying to find dopamine in our brains, and it works differently in different brains. So try to be curious and not judgmental.
So listen, there's something I need to tell you. I'm not actually a jock. I'm a giant nerd.
I don't know what to say.
Are you angry?
No, I'm pissed. Do you know that I've seen every single episode of the original Battlestar Galactica like 50 times? I never told you because I thought you looked down on that stuff.
You gotta be kidding.
No. What do you think I was watching while you went away on that business conference last weekend?
I wasn't at a business conference. I was at Comic-Con.
No way. I wanted to go to that.
I love you.
Oh.
She just got even hotter.
Now, spending time on a special interest can really be very therapeutic to somebody with autism or ADHD. It helps you to feel more normal as it stimulates the brain with more dopamine.
But then one day I was driving my little boy to school and I saw this quote by Walt Whitman. It was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental." I like that.
Master Uguay would just like to remind you to like and subscribe, and he would love to tell you about his special interests, right? It's totally not going to be jumping off the desk, right, Master Uguay? Right?
What? No, wait. We do not want any adventures here. Thank you. Not today. Not.